This example is like problem 3 from the Excel Week 5 assignment. So here, the table below summarizes the amount of weight loss by each type of exercise. We want to know, is there a significant difference in the weight loss between the groups? Run the appropriate test at 5%. So we've got a cardio group, a high intensity interval training strength group, and a control group. And this is original data here. So what we want to do is see if there's a difference in the mean amount of weight lost among these groups. So same 4 steps for a hypothesis test, but we're telling the difference between more than 2 means. So this is an ANOVA test here. So ANOVA stands for analysis of variance. So we want to see if these means are coming from different populations or not. So our step 1 is null and alternative hypothesis. Our null is that all the means are equal. So the default is that they're all the same. There is no difference. Alternative hypothesis is that at least 2 means differ. So the ANOVA will tell you at least 2 of them differ, but it doesn't tell you which ones. You have to do more work to tell that. Step 2 is going to be our decision rule. So we're going to do things with the workbook. So we are going to reject the null hypothesis if our p-value is less than 0.05. And now we compute our test statistics. So that's where the online workbook comes in. So you are going to open the Excel workbook ANOVA. And first you'll look at the number of groups compared. Now in our example, we also have 4 groups compared. 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of means. So that's still 4. We're still doing 0.05 level of significance right here, 5% level of significance. And here's our data. It gives you actual data. So we're going to take and delete that data out of there. We are going to go back to our data. We are going to select it. It has to be in columns, not rows. We're going to copy that. I did a Control C, and we're going to paste it into those same 4 columns. And here you can see it tells us the means for each one of those groups, 4, 5, 1.9, 0.8. Boy, it's looking like those are probably coming from different populations. We scroll down a little bit further here. It tells us the amount of variation in the data here. So sum of squares, that's talking about variation in the data, and this is the between groups and then within groups. And what you want to be looking at here is that p-value right there. The test statistic is what's called an F statistic because this follows an F distribution, so that's the 8.84. If you're doing it by hand, you would use the 8.84. We are not. So we'll use that p-value of 0.0002. So we come back here, compute test statistic or p-value. So our p was equal to 0.0002, and that was less than. What's important about that is it's less than 0.05, so we are going to reject H0. And we would also want to note here, let's go ahead and put that in bold, and let's just note that we did that with the Excel Online Workbook. And now we go ahead and state our conclusion. So our conclusion here, since we rejected the null, we conclude that at least 2 means differ. They're asking us, is there a significant difference in the weight loss between the groups? Our conclusion is that there is a significant difference in weight lost between the groups.